to take place here in Spielberg at the Red Bull Ring, which will host many more Grand Prix. Here are the tyre compounds, and it should be dry today. Rain forecast potentially 30%, but we're not expecting it to dominate as it did the sprint yesterday. It's the Magnussen, new power unit for De Vries, new suspension setup for Magnussen. They were due to occupy the back row anyway. Logan Sargent and Zhou Guanyu alongside each other, and starting 16th today, it's Yuki Tsunoda, as both AlphaTauris are out in Q1 for this. And alongside me in the commentary box, yesterday we were talking about this man. Could he challenge Max Verstappen? Well, today it's up to the two Ferraris to challenge Max Verstappen. Have they got the straight line pace to do it?
Well, if straight line speed is the only thing
stop not being totally impossible, could Fernando Alonso benefit from that?
It's not really the type of circuit you're going to naturally tend to go towards a one-stopper, but it is possible. You would just have to drive really
Grand Prix for this particular season. And there, Lando Norris just tucking in behind his former teammate Carlos Sainz, eager to get on with this.
What can he do today? The last time he was up that high on the grid was Barcelona.
Yeah. And away we go. Verstappen gets away superbly well. Chased by Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, a wheel-to-wheel Hamilton with Norris, and down the inside goes Lance Stroll. It's Verstappen who leads from Charles Leclerc. Then comes Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton now just ahead and plumb last. Magnussen, I think, has got damage too, because he's just tumbling down the order behind the safety car. Magnussen's going very, very slowly and is losing positions. Not a great start for him at all. In 19th, just ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. You can see the marshals picking up the debut, whilst Bernd Maylander has picked up the pack.
So this was...
And Leclerc was quickly on him though, and then watch on the inside, Stroll and then Lando Norris going into turn one. Stroll had to back out of it, and that's when Fernando Alonso zipped by, and then the Haas of Kevin Magnussen running into the back, I think, of Lance. Move. First lap of the race, you've got to take a chance, haven't you? But then the team quickly saying to him, no, Yuki, we're going to have to change that front wing. Right, we've had one start. Max Verstappen's consecutive laps lead streak continues onwards.
Corners, that's going to send a lot of turbulent air flowing over the cars behind.
Yeah, he thought the restart strategy through very well indeed. Verstappen leads from Leclerc and then Sainz, Hamilton, Norris, and then Alonso. Then comes Hülkenberg, Stroll, Gasly, and Alex. He's pulled out that gap that he needed to do so that when DRS comes into play, Charles Leclerc can't use it. And you can see what a second gap looks like down the main straight. The two Ferraris come second and third. Hamilton
with Russell in front of him, so Russell's got to make sure he stays ahead, and that's in the interest of Ferrari as well, and McLaren further up with Norris.
Right, was elbows out from Nick De Vries, wasn't it?
Oh, very,
Magnussen. Yeah. The man that's a little bit vulnerable here, and I don't know what they're saying on the Ferrari pit wall, is Charles Leclerc, because Carlos Sainz is right behind him, also looking a bit vulnerable. Now DRS has been enabled.
That's his third time. We're on it.
And that is Lando Norris running behind Lewis Hamilton, and he keeps seeing Hamilton going wide. Nothing on a... Let's have a little look down the main straight in a couple of moments and see if some DRS assistance can get Carlos Sainz past his teammate. There it goes, the gap opening in the rear wing to give you roundabout, who's trying to blast his way down the hill here and just had to back.
Okay, I think you can see it. I don't need to let you know.
That's coded message for I am faster than my teammate. Ted Kravitz, down to you.
Certainly by the look of it, Leclerc's car seems to be all over the place. But just interrupt.
Yeah, perhaps, you know, he does have that advantage of the DRS. Someone else who has the advantage is Sergio Perez. Here he comes again. So Russell can't do anything about Albon in front, and that's leaving him vulnerable to this attack coming up right now into turn 3. He'll make headway.
I'll tell you who is hanging on to the back of Lewis Hamilton absolutely beautifully here, albeit with DRS, is Lando Norris. The Mercedes of Hamilton not pulling away from Lando Norris at all.
Into turn 3 where Perez made his move on George Russell, so nice move there by Gasly.
Sinking feeling, I think, again for Nico Hülkenberg.
But with the headway he's making, that advantage he has on the straight line speed, I feel like he's easily going to get past Gasly, then Stroll, and it's inevitable, isn't it? He's got some pace here.
Could be one of the reasons why he's going off the track quite so much. But Norris, with the upgrades on that McLaren, it is running much better on the straights. As there you see Nico Hülkenberg on the hard compound tyre. He's just come out of the pits, and he's coming in then to the pits. You lose 20 seconds of your race time to pits under normal conditions. That is cut in half to just 10 seconds or under if you pit during the safety car or the virtual safety car. Ted, down to you. Lance Stroll too. That's the work that's been done down at Ferrari very neat bit of double stacking. No, there was a delay, wasn't there, on that front left, and Leclerc was a bit slow coming in too. That is not going to help their cause. Verstappen stays.
Guys, come on, why we don't stay out? Come on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he's saying that, to be honest, because I noticed Lando Norris had got past Carlos Sainz. Well, Lewis Hamilton had as well. Sainz has dropped places at Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, they might be looking at that one, the stewards, but yeah, it looks a little bit unsafe to me, but yeah, we'll leave that one down to the stewards. Crofty, here comes Russell on the attack with Magnussen down towards turn 4.
It's flapping away. Looks like it could fall off at any moment.
Just for 2 damage for us. It's going to fall off.
How quickly, where you can't see at the moment, they are catching Perez, who didn't come in. He's still on the old tyres, of course.
On the inside, Kevin Magnussen under pressure from Alex Albon. Pierre Gasly waits behind, and then Lance Stroll has caught right up to the back of this after moving. Gasly's got the inside on Magnussen. He has to back out. Magnussen might hold on to his place, but Gasly goes round the corner and gets ahead. Alex Albon now under pressure from the Alpine, and there's 4 of them swapping places, seemingly.
Make good use of these fresher, hard compound tyres.
Russell in 9th.
To one stop of the talk, and he's complaining on the radio that DEG is very, very high, and that matches what you say about Leclerc with those faster lap times on the new tyre.
But they have definitely committed, Ferrari, to their drivers on a 2-stop strategy. Red Bull trying to give us a fast enough that you just over-edge the margins from time to time. Now, let's see if Lewis Hamilton can get past Sergio Perez. He tried on the previous lap, it didn't quite work out. I'm not going to ask for a prediction from Anthony Davidson. I'm not putting you in that hottery. And the Haas behind, there's Lance Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda, and Piastri has now had to pit for damage to his front wing.
That's how it's happened. It's a chain reaction there in turn 3, so yeah, although it looks pretty clumsy from Piastri, it's because...
While Esteban Ocon is the latest to get a penalty. That's 3 drivers now with a 5-second penalty.
Max is going to have DRS on the exit of turn 3. Here he comes. So on those fresh, hard tyres. Now, have we got a race in our hands? Different.
Help his teammate Charles Leclerc out in front. Sainz is having to play the role of...
It was well thought out, Crofty, because he waited for the detection point of the next DRS zone after the turn up to turn 3. So what he allowed himself was get a good exit on turn 3 and then ensure himself that he had DRS down towards turn 4.
That goes Sergio Perez behind Alex Albon. Can't quite get past him.
If Max wants to make this one-stop strategy work for him today, though, he's going to have to really take care of these hard tyres. Here comes Perez on Alex Albon.
Problem. Mercedes say that there isn't overtly...
Oh, Ted, I'm going to interrupt you for 2 seconds. I just thought Lando Norris got a much better exit out of turn 3 there, and he is closing down on Lewis Hamilton once again. Hamilton is going to force Norris the long way round.
Early for the ideal stop lap to make a one-stop work. So
For 5 seconds in the pit lane. These penalties are going to have a big impact on the way this race turns out.
Yeah, we're going to have to... yeah, you are. I can see you're writing them down.
I'm having to now.
But here's Perez now on the...
Fighting that in the Mercedes. Meanwhile, Yuki Tsunoda is under investigation for failing to serve a penalty correctly. I dare say that Yuki Tsunoda didn't sit stationary for 5 seconds when he came up 71. And Verstappen got used now to following another